Hey, welcome to 23 Degrees Sideways. This is a boat project kind of a log post, so if it doesn't make any sense to you, that's fine. This isn't really a super commenty kind of post. I've got some solar panels up here, and I need to fill in the gaps and make this into an actually rainproof area. I also need to extend. You've got a bow here and a bow here, and I need to extend it out about another 3 or 4 feet and get a bow up here, kind of where the folding bimini frame is. The bimini is wider than the frame that the solar panels are on, and I don't really want to use that for this purpose, but I might cut it down and make it narrower, fit it together, and use that if I can't find a 1-inch thick steel bow that'll work for this. So solar panels work better if they are not hot. So the airflow in the bottom is very important. So if I make a hard top or a soft top, canvas top or whatever, and then I put solar panels directly on top, that blocks the airflow, and in warmer weather that cuts down on the efficiency of the panels, sometimes apparently dramatically. I have not measured this myself, but I've been told that it can be a pretty big deal. So I'm going to use HDPE starboard basically, and I'm going to go between the panels. I'm going to adjust the panels so that the width is right, drill my holes and cut my slots for the split back stay, and put a panel in the middle and then a panel on each side, middle, side, and then I'm going to do a trim coming down with some starboard so that I have something to attach snaps to, and then I will do canvas, plastic, tarp, whatever. Probably it's going to start as tarp while I make the patterns to have removable surrounds around the back and the sides of the cockpit. This is kind of a mess if you look right here. You can see it's a mess, right? And what that is just too many straps. This strap will go away when the cheap bimini goes away. This is probably going to stay, but is probably going to be moved. Let's look at the other side. It's kind of a complicated bit, but I need that brace. Okay, I need that brace holding up the the bimini, the Dodger bimini, whatever, the hardtop, the solar arch. That's the phrase I'm looking for. I can drop it down, shorten it, and make it a horizontal bar where that little outboard mount is, remove that, and have it just under the existing railing. And I think that's probably the best way to do it. That'll be the least impactful in terms of like making it hard to make canvas covers. So that's probably what I'll do. This bracing bar that the Starlink is on right now will probably stay. I feel like it's a good structural piece, even though I'm going to have structural width holding up here with the starboard and the solar panels. The solar panels are zip tied on right now with the tails not cut because I'm adjusting it and messing with it as we go. That'll stop, of course, once I get the starboard up, the HDPE up. I'm going to put a vertical support, 2 vertical supports in on the back bow. I've got 1 vertical support in right here on the stern rail. I want to put another one in, but I have to be able to get at that outboard, which is hanging way off the back of the boat. So I can't do anything to make that impossible yet. We'll work on that. If I do convert to electric, then obviously, I'm going to have pods on the sides. I did not put that VHF antenna there. It's a really bad spot. I don't know who did that, and I'm going to move it, just so you know. I do have two VHF antennas up on the mast, but I can't find a cable for either of them. So I'm obviously not using them, you know. So that's that. I need one bow. It's going to come forward, mount somewhere around here. I want to have a 48-inch space because I want to put another row of panels up. I'll be able to put 2 more panels up in the same spot roughly as these. I could probably fit 3 panels up there. One of them is going to be directly below the boom, at least part of the time. So I don't know. I was thinking of putting a boom crotch in. So we'll see. 2 or 3 panels. And then the Starlink is going to move back there. Just it is. And once I have the, if I have enough width for the starboard, I might be able to make it flat-ish. If not, then I'm just going to, put it over the back edge there as much as possible and try to keep it out of the way of the solar panels. It's doing fine. It works fine where it is, but I really want to have the ability to put 2 wing panels, one on each side of this, possibly eventually 4, and that depends on whether or not we go for a full electric conversion. If we go for a full electric conversion and I have 2 panels here and 3 panels up front, that's 500, and then 2 wing panels on each side, that gives me 900 nominal 900 watts of solar available at any given moment. You'll never get that much, but that's a lot. That's a huge amount when it comes to doing things like running electric motors. So that's a big deal. I could probably add another 400 watts to that with a couple other wings or a couple other panels without making it look too crazy. It depends, I might have some flexible panels up front with the Dodger. I have a Dodger project we're going to do a hard Dodger up here, and I'm going to use the cabin top rails as the basic basis for that, and I do have a Traveler, a traditional Traveler that I can put up there as well. We're going to raise the mast or raise the boom a little bit on the mast once I get the mast gate upgrade from Catalina Direct. That's going to be a lot of fun. That'll give me a little more safety with having more stuff up here, and it does reduce the sail area a little bit. I'm going to have to probably remove, basically I'm going to be running with a reef in until I get the sail restitched, or do it myself, and take about a foot, maybe 8 inches, maybe 16 inches. I haven't figured out exactly where that's going to be yet off of the sail. I'm not too worried about that. It reduces the sail area a little bit, and that's bad if you're racing, but if you're cruising and you want your maximum electric and you want to have a comfortable boat where you can hang out in the cockpit in the rain, whatever. I have different priorities. It's still a sailboat. It still goes upwind 45 degrees. It's just not going to be, I'm going to lose half a knot after I do all of this stuff. Maybe a full knot under sail, but motor sailing, it'll be fine. So that's that. This is just a note for what the project is. Starboard, I need 48-inch pieces, probably 12 inches wide. I'm going to measure the Starlink and see if I can adjust things out here. I may go slightly wider. We'll see. And then I'm going to need another couple of 48-inch pieces to do the front bow when we get to that. And then I'm going to need some 3/4-inch thick starboard long but thin pieces. So, I'm going to try to get some 48-inch pieces, but 4-inch, 2-inch to make some, headers for snaps and stuff to do canvas. I think that's it. That's a lot less materials than when I started, and that's why I talked this stuff out. I was going to go with full sheets of 1/8 inch 2 full sheets, so 48 by 96, and do 2 big panels and do all the cutting and all the screwing and make it all a unitary thing. And that would have been impossible to find up here. I would have had to wait till we go to Florida to actually find the stuff. I can use 24 by 48 sheets and do it, but then I'm covering the bottom of the solar panels, and I don't really need to do that. You know, that's not something I actually need to do. So we're going to be 99% dry once I get everything handled with the butyl and everything else. HDPE does not like to take glues, sealants, paint, silicons, anything. None of it sticks very well or very long. So I'm just going to use butyl tape, and I'm going to squish it down where I do the mechanical fasteners for the solar panels. And the idea behind that is that it's going to be thick, permanently sticky goop, permanently tacky. So I'm not worried about adhesion to the HDPE. It's just basically permanently wet bubblegum rubber that goes and fills the gaps, and that'll be pretty good for waterproofing. You know, I'm not super attached to 110%. I think I'm gonna get 98, 99% though. So that's my construction details as far as I know right now. Obviously, cutting for the split backstay is going to be entertaining. I may actually just do a big hole and just patch it in with canvas and goop. So we'll see how that goes. Stay sideways.